Okay, so got it. All right, um, so
Your
unless,
birds are so cheerful.
yeah, I have all 5 of them now.
Oh, wow.
Well, I had the
Oh, the
conure.
babies, yeah.
Yeah, I got the conure that I've always had him. And now I've got the 2 lovebirds and their babies, but their babies they're all as big as they are, except for there's one that's a little bit smaller. And that's not even the one I was worried about. The one I was worried about is now like the biggest. She just got in there and she said, pushing everybody around, I'm going to get food. And that was all there was to it. And, okay, so I'm going to put this on here. But I may, if Linda comes in, I'm going to have to go in there and take it out probably, but let me just tighten this. Usually I've been putting it up on a easel, but because I'm using a sketch pad, it's easier for me to have it just on the table. So, okay, so I have all these bright colors. You can make the clothes whatever colors you want to make them, but I've got like light blue for the background. What was that? You okay?
Yeah, that wasn't me.
No, it was my dog. I don't know what happened.
Oh, it was your dog. Okay.
Yeah. I've got the very dark blue for his hair. I've got a couple of, I've got a reddish color for the outfit, for her outfit, and blue and kind of white for his stripes. And then brown, orange, yellow, red for the hair, her hair. Then you're going to have flowers and greenery over here in the one corner. The guitar, you're going to probably do it brown in the background, and then you can put whatever. The original has greens and blues in it, and then the red heart. You're going to want to do the red heart, but you could do your guitar any color you want to make it. Yeah, so I don't think there's any unusual color here. You've got a couple shades of green. If you don't have that, then you just lighten your green up with some white or yellow. So did you trace it onto your paper yet?
Yes.
Oh, you did. So you're
Yes.
ready to go. All right. Because I was gonna, okay, cool. You're ahead of me, girl. Well, what I was gonna suggest, and I have, I narrowed her face a little bit and I didn't have my eraser up here, but what did you use to trace it? Did you use a pencil or a marker?
So I have graphite paper, so I print it off on paper and then I use graphite. Yeah, so it's.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I ordered some from Amazon,
Yeah.
125 sheets. It was $12. And then it came with 75 colored ones too.
Wow.
So there was yeah, but you know what I got in the mail? A back scratcher.
Oh.
So I wrote to them and I go, what am I going to do with a back scratcher? That is not what I wanted. I was so mad.
Oh my gosh.
So I have to go through this whole routine, send back the back scratcher. They said they'll reimburse me because I wanted that graphic paper specifically for things like this.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what I was going to recommend is that we outline it now in marker, especially not necessarily the hair, but you're going to want to outline the faces, the bodies, the neck, and the guitar. So if you've got a Sharpie, just let's outline what we've got now. Make sure you got the shape of the face sheet the way you want it. If you use the tracer exactly like I didn't use a tracer here on this one, so it's not, I had to narrow the face a bit. So let's just do that. Let's trace the faces, the neck, the clothing, and the guitar. Let's do that. So it's nice and dark, and then we'll be painting. So I'm just gonna turn this for a minute so I can get at it better. And we're just gonna make it nice and dark. Those little birds are really a little blessing.
They just sound like sunshine.
Yeah, and they're no trouble. To do 5 or to do 2, there's no trouble. It's the same. I make food for them every day. I do, I cut up all kinds of veggies and fruits, and I cook eggs for them.
Oh,
I know that sounds so weird,
Yep,
right? It's like eating
that
your
sounds
own
weird,
kind,
yeah.
but they like like a either a scrambled or an egg. I'll stick it inside of a cup and just throw it into the microwave. And then I
Mm.
just break it up in little pieces, and they like to eat that. And what else did they get? I just gave them all some bread so they could be happy while I'm busy.
And do they eat seeds?
Yeah, they have
Yeah.
seeds, but see, that's where people, and I didn't even know this until these babies came by, and then I started to do more investigating. We all think that seeds are fine, and they are. I've had baby now for over, she's 20 years old, and that's all she's ever had was seeds.
Mhm.
Well, she has an apple every day. She has to have a piece of apple. But I had no clue that seeds aren't really the best thing, because when they're in the wild, they don't eat that many seeds. They'll find them, but they mostly eat fruit and veggies and things
Oh,
like that that they can find.
yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So, um, so that's what I do. So if I make it for 2 or I make it for 5, what the heck's the difference?
Right.
Making the same amount. And like I said, unless I can find somebody who's willing to really commit to really taking care of them. And I know that sounds really crazy, doesn't it, Sue?
Well, no, they're your pets, so I understand. Yeah.
I know, but really, I mean, come on. Larry says, now what if they start having babies? Come on.
Oh, boy.
In this cage that I've got right now, it's called a flight cage. So it's very, very large. And it's plenty big enough for all of them to fly around and everything. So there's no problem. If there was more, there would be an issue.
Hmm.
So if as Stoop the boy, oh my gosh, he was already on top of her trying to
Oh,
do
the
whatever
one,
they do.
the babies? One of the babies?
No, this was the dad
The dad.
of all of them. He was like already trying again, and I'm like, come on, go away.
Oh, you might have a whole, yeah, like Larry said.
And I can't, I don't want to do that. I don't want to have that many. So if that happens, then I won't get attached. I'll try not to. And then we will sell them. Like some people have said, oh, do you want to sell them? Well, no, they said, do you want to, are you keeping them all? I would love one, but nobody has said anything like, how much are you charging for them?
Oh, right.
So I think people just want me to give them to them.
Yeah.
And these birds are, if you go to a pet store, they're about $175 each.
Well,
So I am not going to
Yeah.
just give them away.
No. They're not for free. And
No.
you don't want to give pets away for free because you want to make sure that people have the like can properly take care of them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And these are a commitment, you know, they live 15, 20 years at least.
Oh, wow.
So I want somebody to really want them. And my daughter said, oh, she wanted to get one for her mother-in-law. But her mother-in-law, I don't know, she's like 78 years old, and she's kind of an invalid, right? She can't really get around. How's she going to take care of it? And I don't know. My daughter wants to do that, but
And that's another thing people say too, you really shouldn't buy pets for other people. They should get their own, just in case they really don't want it.
exactly.
Yeah. It
So
may
I'm
mean well,
outlining the
but-
guitar too here, okay? So I'll show you in a second. I'm just outlining all the major things. And then we don't have to paint really the faces. You may want to put that because we're gonna paint that cream color over it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I would just, this is what I've done so far.
Okay.
So if you can do about that much. So we've got the guitar, we've got their basic shapes, their clothing. This clothing is a bit too long. It should have been only about to here.
I was gonna say mine is not such a full picture. Mine is cut halfway up yours, but I'm sure that's okay, right?
Oh, yeah, yeah, like, when I put this on here, it was late last night and I was just sitting on the chair trying to get it ready. And really, it should be cut off to about here. Like this
That's how
point
mine
of
is.
her outfit is really where that should be. You
Okay.
don't need to see all of that. And I may cut it down later. And even the hair doesn't have to be quite that big. The hair could be up to about there.
Okay.
But this is what I've got now, so this is what I'm going to work with.
Mhm.
So I think what we want to do then is let's start with, got the faces drawn. Let's work on the background first. And then we'll dry it. You have a hair dryer. We'll just get that background dry. We'll get that out of the way. So you want a very pale blue. If you don't have a pale blue, make one.
Yeah, I
Take
have.
your, yeah, okay. You take your blue and some white if you have to, and just mix up a very pale blue. And you want it to be very, very light, not really, because everything else is going to be quite bright. So I'm just mixing a little antique white in with my blue. And because you have to go around these things, if you have an angled brush, like that, you want to use an angled brush. It'll be easier to get around everything.
Okay.
I'm now mixing my paint because my blue is a little too dark. So I'm just making it a lighter colored blue. And we're just going to work. Let's do everything in the background. Now up in the left-hand corner, there'll be all flowers and greenery. But we want to get this filled in. So everything that's background, you can start at the top or you can start at the bottom, wherever you want to. I accept just if you're gonna start at the bottom, then turn it around so that your arm is not bleeding on wet paint.
Okay.
So let's get that going. And just fill in everything.
Now, when you say background, do you include her hair or not her hair?
No,
Okay.
no, you're gonna leave her hair just like it is, because we're gonna make her hair all these wild colors. No, just around the guitar, around the top of his head, around where the flowers go, and then in between where her hair ends and her clothing begins, in there, in between their faces.
Okay.
There's some blue in there. And there's no rush with this. This part here is take your time. The last time, oh no, you were here last one, right?
I
2 weeks
know.
ago.
You do you did a hill or?
Oh, okay. There was quite a few people that came onto that one. And I gave that to the one guy in the community. I actually gave him 2 paintings too. After I had done the giveaway, he had gotten a painting of a girl with an umbrella. That's what he found.
Mhm.
And he was happy about that because his wife he says it reminded him of her because she's always fooling around like in the backyard. She'll have an umbrella and dancing around. He does videos and posts them, they're funny. But he gave it, a girl brought in some buttons because he runs this group called Our Town Fort Erie, which people post all pictures of Fort Erie. It's a really encouraging page. And so the girl brought something over for him, some buttons that say Our Town on it. And she liked my painting that he had in the house. So he gave it to her.
Oh,
So when I saw he gave it to her, I was looking at that painting of the guy climbing the mountain, right? And it says, every day a battle, every day a victory.
right.
And it made me think of this guy because he has had an injury from an accident. I think it's kind of a head injury.
Oh,
And it's really set him back. And so every day for him is a battle.
yeah.
When I saw that, I thought of him. So I called him and said, are you home? And I've never met him personally, but he said he was. So I dropped it off. He was so happy.
Nice.
He said the words like really meant something to him. And when I painted it, it was like, I don't even know why I'm doing this. But the people who painted it wanted those words, every day a battle,
Okay.
every day a victory. I actually really liked that painting, and I was going to give it to my grandson. But I
Is
can
that
always-
the grandson that likes to paint as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he has his own little battles that he goes through,
Yeah.
how kids are.
Sure, teenagers and that. Yes, I'm sure.
So I was going to give him that painting, but I can do another one, or he can paint one himself.
Yeah, because he's pretty good too.
He is.
And I say that only because I've seen like the things you post, I see. So that's
Yeah.
how I.
Yeah. He's works all the time. No, he's always working. He's at Tim Hortons, so they got him working a lot, which is better than not working at all, right?
Yes, it is.
So this is what I'm doing. You see, I just went around the whole guitar area.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to go in between their heads and then over on that side.
Yeah, so it kind of went on my marker a little bit, but then I can just go clean that up after.
Yeah, I did the same thing. It's like I'm in an aviary, bird aviary,
Yeah.
hearing them chirping.
So peaceful and sunny, relaxing.
It really is. They are no trouble at all.
I've never had birds, but I don't know. Do you let them fly around or no? Outside, like.
No, well, a couple of them got out recently. One first, and then another day, another one got out. And I don't have a problem with that. But Yoshi, my one dog, I think she'd kill him.
Yeah.
I think if she wouldn't mean it, she wouldn't be mean, but it would just be like a sense for her to, because she takes her toys, gets them in her mouth and shakes her head really hard. Like,
yeah,
that's a natural instinct. That's how they kill them, right?
Yeah.
And my first Shih Tzu I ever had, he did that he found a rabbit outside, and he was out in our backyard because I have a fenced in yard. So he was out there. And when he came in, he had blood all over him. I'm like, oh my God, he got hurt. I was freaking out, and I got him in the sink and I'm washing him, and I couldn't find one sore on, nothing cut. I couldn't figure out what happened. Then when we let him out later that day, he came back, blood all over again.
Oh.
Well, then we went out and looked all over, and we found a headless bunny.
Oh,
Yeah, that wasn't
Yep.
too cool.
yeah. I've had that happen. I used to have cats. I used to let my cats out. I have 2 cats now, but they never go outside. So yeah. Nature can be cruel, that's for sure.
Yeah. But you know, they're not being mean. That's just nature. That's just the
Just
way
nature. Yeah.
they are. That's what they have to do. So the only time I could let the birds out is if I locked the dogs in the other room.
Oh, yeah.
Then I could do that. So now I've got the blue, I think, everywhere where I want it to be in the background. Yeah, pretty much. I'll put this up so you can see it. I almost feel like I want to put some down here, but I can't. So I'm just gonna have to, their outfits are gonna have to be longer. That's all.
Mhm.
So I'm rinsing that brush off because I know I'm gonna want to use it again. And I'm not going to blend it with anything. So I'm gonna just rinse it off. So probably it would be really smart for us to work on the face, on the faces and get those done. And I think we'll be okay because, especially with the guy, because we can lean here. We didn't paint down here. If you feel better about drying it, go ahead and dry it. If you don't have a flesh color, whatever color flesh you want to make it, I have to make sure I say that. Then mix up a color that's going to suit what you want. So I'm making mine my color, okay?
Yeah.
The color I'm making it. And I'm going to take this, I have like a antique white. I'm trying to think of what color I want to mix. If it's, I want to mix orange with it or red. Maybe I'm going to put a drop of red and see how this comes out. Certainly don't want much. Looks like it's dry. Oop. Huh. Almost went shooting out.
Mm.
Now I'm going to mix. I just did this little teeny bit of cream color, and then there's see the tiny bit of red.
Yeah.
Because we don't want much, and I'm going to mix it and see it might be too red. Maybe not. Suppose I could use it for the cheeks if I had to. I'll just add more white. Maybe a little bit more white. Don't want a whole lot because we're not doing that much. Once you've got it mixed, or if you already have a color, you can just start painting. Start from the top down. So start at the forehead and move down, and then into the neck area. And I don't know if you already put the face on yours. I did on mine.
Yeah, I did too. I think we'll be able to see it maybe.
Yeah, if not, we're gonna have to just paint it over then.
Mhm.
I can't see it through mine, so once it's dry, it's not too difficult. It's different, but not hard. The same with the outlining with the marker. Probably have to go through that again.
Mhm.
So you want this to be really, really nice and bright, bright colors. Crazy world we're living in, huh?
Sure is.
I'm telling you, if it's not one thing, it's another.
I know. We was supposed to have a trip, like a big family trip, and then COVID and all this stuff. So we canceled that, but now I'm going away well in like 2 weeks. So because they
good.
finally stopped that the testing.
Yeah,
You don't have to test to come back. And it was a concern because there's children going that say if one of the kids got it, then somebody has to stay in quarantine with them. Well, now we don't have to worry about that. So not that
yeah.
means-
My son went to Disney, which was I thought was crazy, but they hadn't done anything, so he decided that's what they were doing. And they've done it for Olive before, and this was what her 6th birthday or 7th
Oh,
birthday,
nice.
I don't know. So they went, but guess what? Everybody got COVID down there.
So did
all
they
of
have to quarantine or no?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
They had to quarantine in the house that they were renting. And then when they got home, they had to quarantine a little bit.
Now, when you had it, you were very sick. How did they get very sick or not too
No,
bad?
they didn't
Good.
have that one.
Good.
I think they had the Omicron.
Okay.
We,
I
we
have
had,
my daughter-in-law is a registered nurse. She's gone 2 years without catching it. Well, she just got over it, and it was probably that Omicron too. But she was fairly sick for a young woman and 3 shots. So it's like,
wow.
she was pretty sick, yeah. And then her husband, my son, got it, and he wasn't really sick at all. He didn't really even know he had anything. So
Well, some people say, "Oh, it's just a cold." When I see people say that, I get really mad because I said, "No, it's not just a cold. Maybe for you it was just a cold. It's not
for
just
some
like
it
a
might
cold."
be, but yeah, you were very sick, weren't you?
Oh,
And it lasted quite a while. Yeah.
yes, and I still have it.
Oh, you have like that long COVID?
Yes, and it's awful,
It's not good.
awful, awful, awful. Exhaustion and all this stuff, and
Now, did you feel like somebody was sitting on your chest, or you didn't have that?
yeah, my chest was heavy, that's for sure. And like now, sometimes it feels like it's not like a coughing heavy, it's just like a heaviness.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be laying in bed trying to go to sleep, and it's you feel like you're gonna die or something. It's real weird.
Yeah, not
It's
good.
weird. But I found a group on Facebook, and it's long haul. People who had COVID. It's called long haul.
Yeah.
That's the name of what anybody who's getting all these end result, keep getting all the whatever you call it, symptoms.
Right.
And there's over 5,000 people in the group.
Wow.
And when I hear what they're talking about, it actually makes me feel better because it's not just me now.
Right.
They're all getting the same thing. So, excuse me. I don't want people to be sick, but at least it makes me feel better to know that what I have, no, I'm not dying. It's this long haul thing.
Yeah, and other people are experiencing the same things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes it.
But you wonder, like, what the heck is that? Like, how can you have this long haul thing? Like, what is it? And where did it?
Yeah, and will it go away eventually? Hopefully it will.
I know. It's really crazy. Okay, so I'm just, you see what I'm doing? I'm just painting their faces and their heads and everything. Mine's a little bit kind of pink, but it's okay. I want it to be really flashy colors, so I'm okay with it being this pink. If I would have used a flush color, it wouldn't be quite so dark. So
Mine looks
pinky.
like they have a tan, so that's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's coming along. I don't know where Linda is. She said for sure she was coming. Her grandson's been very sick, so hopefully he's okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Am I supposed to do? Yeah, right down. Yeah, I opened it up to be here at the house today, but nobody responded that they were coming. The one girl said, you know, I really prefer that it's in person. When are you going to start having it at your house? So that's why I
Oh,
opened it, but then she didn't come or didn't respond that she was coming. She just said she was interested, but
right.
gonna see if I can get back into a few restaurants.
Yeah, so how do you, well, first you have to get your restaurant, then you must put a post out and then see who will come out, that sort of thing.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
you do like more advertising than I do with this, obviously.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, I used to get a lot of people, 30, 40 people, or, you know,
Oh,
30,
yeah. Been
25.
to a couple of them that have been really big. The one in Port Colborne, the first one I did with you, there was a lot of people there, and it was a little angel.
Oh, was that at Canal Sides?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, that was so crowded though. There was a lot of people.
Yeah,
But
it was.
he also had people in the restaurant, and it was
Yeah.
like, get these people out of here. We can't do what we have to do. So we're gonna let the faces dry. We don't want to do anything with the faces right now. I think we could work on her hair. Now her hair, there's a few spots where you're going to want to do with your marker, but not a lot of them. So we're going to do this one that separates the darker hair from this reddy yellow orangey
Okay.
hair. There's a little spot here where it's supposed to be brown. So that's where it comes off her forehead. And then it goes down and kind of like that. So
Did you do it
can,
above her face as well? Yeah.
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 I'm
Okay.
just gonna, so
Oh, yeah. Okay.
in that area is where you're gonna have the brown. You can actually, I could have made it a little bit bigger, so I will. And the paint will just cover it there. And then the rest up in here will all be the reds and the oranges and a little bit of browns and some yellows. So we can actually, oh, and then I wanted to also do the hair that sweeps up this way. Now there's his hair, so you're not gonna go, his hair goes, looks like it's, oh, her hair's behind his. But this one right here, this line, we can outline that just so it stands out more. And we're gonna bring it right up to however far yours is going. Mine is a bit far, but that's okay. So just what you've done is you've outlined the entire hair. And we can start to work on the hair because we've got the faces done now. So now on your tray, you're going to want to have kind of a brown color, brown, tan, brown. Yeah. So put some brown on your tray.
Are you going like a dark brown or a light brown or?
Well, this one here is kind of medium.
Okay.
Once you put the brown on, you're gonna put some streaks in it of the orangey color. So it's, the background will be the brown, but then you're gonna streak it through with, you can see that. Do you have the picture there?
Yeah, I have it on my phone. It keeps going out.
Okay, so do you see this? Let
Yeah.
me make it
Oh, yeah.
larger. So you
Nice.
see how there's streaks in there?
Yes, yeah.
So what we'll do is we'll do the background brown, and then we're gonna put some streaks in there afterwards.
Good.
So I actually think I'm gonna continue using that angled brush. It's just working well for what we want to do here. And I'm gonna fill in that whole little area that we just outlined with the brown. And her whole face, so it's along her face and going up. So just, again, as you're by her face, take your time. And we're just gonna bring it down. So it's kind of like the underside of her hair. You can't even imagine what it is because it's very unusual kind of a painting. So, you know, who has hair that's standing out like that? But it looks pretty cool when it's all done. Now, if you wanted to, you could also paint your guitar brown. And then you can outline it again afterwards, but you could just paint not the heart and not the neck of the guitar, but you can paint the body of the guitar brown as long as you've got some brown on your tray ready. Then we'll turn it over upside down and we'll work on the hair. Cool. That was weird. Good thing I caught that.
What's that?
Oh, this big glob of paint.
Oh, I just had one of those in mine too.
Yeah, like a big glob. If it would have fallen on there, it would have really not been good. I think about those paint parties I did at the campsites. Oh my gosh, with so many people.
Yeah.
I don't know how I managed it. Like 45 people,
Oh my God.
48 people. And I didn't even have a microphone. And
Oh,
you know,
wow.
some people have a microphone. They've got a overhead thing that shines it up on the screen.
Yeah.
I was actually going to invest in that. If I was going to continue on in that sort of a business, if it was going to start to expand like that, then COVID hit. So
Mhm. Yeah, that's a lot to pack up and take too. If you're
it
going
is, it
places.
is. And you know what? I'm not getting any younger.
Yeah.
and it's a lot of work. And even to expect Larry to help me. And I told my daughter if she wanted to get involved, I said, you know, I'll pay you to do this because if I get that many people, I can easily pay her and I can pay her
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Her and maybe my grandsons or granddaughters or somebody. Because it's the setup and the takedown,
Yeah.
which is crazy. like me standing there and teaching, it's a little hard sometimes because if it's a campground or a bar where they're all drinking, now you're trying to compete with the alcohol.
Yeah,
And you know that they're here to have a good time, so it's not a bad thing. But now I'm like trying to yell over everybody, and yeah, it's crazy.
I remember at the canal side one though, like you did have to have Larry there because people would, Debbie, I've run out of paint, or I need this, or
Yeah.
how did you do that?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm blessed that he, likes to help me. So
Yeah.
he's got that kind of personality. So
Hmm.
and he jokes around with everybody, so that's good.
Yeah, yeah.
So I've got most of my guitar painted. Now I have to go around the heart and around the guy's head. We're just going step by step, taking our time. And if you go and cover up a line, you just go back over after.
Yeah, that kind of makes it nice because you don't have to be quite so careful then.
Yeah. Well, that's the good thing about acrylic. If you're working with oil, you can blend nicely, but it takes forever to dry. Forever. Like sometimes a week or more.
Oh my, really? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I took oil painting classes a long time ago. And I don't know whatever happened to that painting because I just got tired of it and I didn't go back to the classes. It was a nice painting. I was doing a horse.
Oh,
I never went back.
Hmm.
So I'm going to do the the guitar is going to have a lot of different colors mixed in with it. So I think I'm also going to paint the neck right now in the same brown, but then we're going to add colors like where all the frets are, on the neck.
yeah.
You add like little stripes there, but I'm going to paint it now to get that part done. So this kind of painting really is a little bit more advanced than a regular paint party.
Yeah, I could see that if you've got a lot of beginners and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, it's more advanced. You have to take your time. You use a smaller brush.
The
Yeah,
only way I could see you doing that at a paint party is if you had it all traced out for everybody, which that would be a lot of pre-work, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I am doing it for this one group on April 22nd, I think it is. But they all have the tracer already, so they've got to have it ready. I'm not going to be responsible for that. They're going to do it. So I got that much done. But see, this is more like a painting if you were going to just do your own painting on your own. And this is the type of painting that this is. Trying to get this to give me a picture. There we go. So we can continue down here, or we can work on the hair. What do we want to do?
Now my brown is pretty streaky, but we're putting more on there, you said, right? We're putting more in there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You're gonna put lots of colors in there. So mine's streaky too. You can't see it, but there's lots of streaks there. But it makes it look more like a piece of wood. I mean, wood most of the time in a thing like this, there's gonna be grain. So it isn't gonna look real plain like that. All right, so let's work on their clothing then. Now this is gonna be your choice, what colors you want their clothes to be. So in the original, she's got kind of a reddish color outfit on. His is blue and like a whitish with a blue tint stripe. But you can put whatever you want. You can give her a polka dot outfit. You can do whatever color you want. I'm going to make her outfit a little more purpley than red, just because I want to. So I'm using this color. It's more deep magenta. I was trying to read it upside down. It was a little hard. So that's the color I'm making her top. And I might make this one part of her kind of like rolled collar there. I might make that a pinky color instead of the same color. So you can do whatever you want with her
All right.
outfit. Do her, as long as you've got it traced in there and you're basically doing the same shape, you can do whatever color you want. I really want these colors, mine to be very bold. I took a class with somebody just recently that was teaching about bold colors.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't always sign up for like long classes, but I might go for a class.
Now, is that something online or in person you go to?
No, that one was online. I have gone to in person, but not since COVID. There's a guy in Port Colborne. He's really expensive. He's a really good artist. And I've gone to his home where he does his classes. He's pretty good. Expensive though, holy mackerel. I think it was $80. And that's just for the class. Then you gotta buy your material when you get there.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Pretty expensive.
And was that acrylics or?
Yeah, we were working with, I think it was acrylics, yeah. But you know, you can charge whatever you want. I don't like doing that to people. I don't do it with my weddings. I don't do it with anything. And other people, like with the weddings, for example, I mean, everybody likes the way I do weddings. I've never had complaints. They're always so excited. People come up afterwards and, you know, because they're really down to earth, but then they're serious when they need to be. And I do have to say I'm a good officiant. And but other people charge like double what I charge. But I just can't see myself doing that to people. As long as I'm making some money and I'm enjoying what I'm doing and they're getting a beautiful wedding.
Oh, you're freezing.
What's the matter? Is it still frozen?
Your voice was going off funny, and for a minute your pitch broke. No, I think it's good. Here, move your hand. Let's see. Yeah, yeah, you're good.
Okay. Don't scare me. I had that happen last week on my big computer in the back in my office. I was in the middle of a Bible study and there was a lot of people on. And I guess all of a sudden it just went off. And I didn't realize it. I looked up and it was off. And thank God I had this guy that is, he just knows how to fill in if you need somebody to fill in. And he also is a preach, he can preach and all that stuff. He's just really down to earth and funny and all that stuff. So I wasn't too
Well, it's
worried.
doing it again. It's doing it again.
Uh-oh.
I can hear you now again. Yeah, okay.
Is it okay?
Yeah.
Wonder if somebody's trying to call or something.
Yeah, because it was perfect before.
I put it on do not disturb, so people shouldn't be able to get through. So you see how I did her dress, and I'm going to do the collar a different color. Like it actually, you can have it all as one collar. Like it looks like it's kind of a rolled collar.
Which that's what I did, but now like my color that I chose is so dark, I can't see my, I can't see the outlining that we did. I chose a really dark purple.
Uh-huh.
I'm just wondering what I should do after.
Wait till it dries and then put it in.
Okay.
When it's dry, then you can paint it back in, put your lines back in there.
Lovely purple, but it's super dark. Maybe I might lighten that a bit too. We'll see. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just making this just a little bit lighter than the actual top. Yeah, so see, I went over a little bit there, so I'm gonna have to take my marker and go over that. So I'm going to work on the guy's outfit now.
Are you doing him in stripes like the picture?
Yeah, I think I am. We'll see how it looks, but I'm gonna try that. I gotta try to fix where yeah, see, my phone keeps dinging.
Oh, I have, my phone is on and I don't know how to turn it off, but people in a group that I was in are all messaging. That's the dinging you're hearing.
Oh, okay.
Apologize.
I thought it was mine. I'm like, I have it on do not disturb. Why are they disturbing me? Okay, so I think I'm not sure how I want to do this. But I'm going to put some blue on my tray, a dark blue. And then I've got light blue also, and we'll try to see how that works with stripes.
So when your birds are quiet, did they fall asleep or?
Well, you know what? It's dark in there, so they're probably all asleep. And then I'm going to go in there and turn the light on, and actually, because I don't want them asleep yet. Yeah, I put the little teepee back in there. I had it out, but now it's back in. They've all discovered it, so they'll go. It's so funny if you look in there. I should get a picture because they're all crammed on top of each other.
So cute.
It is. It's really cute. I'm just going to turn that light on because I don't want them sleeping yet. You guys are wondering if it's dark too. Mushu. It's not nighttime. Come out of your bed, you guys.
Mhm.
Mushu. What are you doing? Yeah, they were all inside the GP. They're so funny. So I am going to use an even smaller brush now to do these dark blue stripes. So I'm just using a brush that's very tiny, not pointy, but small brush. It's actually a makeup brush,
Okay, yeah.
and that's what I'm going to use to do the stripes. We'll see how it turns out. Just put stripes all the way down. And we can outline it afterwards
Mhm.
again, if you want to.
Yeah, I'll have to, I'm sure.
Yeah. So this is how it's looking with the stripes. You see how they're coming out? I
Yeah,
don't know
it's
if you're at that point yet. And it kind of has some blue just going around the edging, just a little. Oh, Williams. Oh, Karen's coming in now. That's weird. Where's my mouse? Hi, Karen.
Hi.
How are
Very
you?
late.
hi.
How you doing, Sue?
Good, how are you?
Good.
we're just, this is where we're at now. It's all being recorded. I finally remembered to press record. So, you can watch it if you really want to paint it, get it to catch up to where we're at. If this
Okay.
is something you want to paint. It's a fun painting. It's not something that you go real fast with. And we're using smaller brushes. So right now I'm using a brush. Oops, okay. It's very small. That's a makeup brush.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if I told you the last time you were on, I bought makeup brushes like at the dollar store,
Hmm.
and they really work well. I love working with makeup brushes because if you were to buy these at a paint store, you'd be paying a lot of money.
Yes.
Dollar store, it's like $2 or no more than $4, $3.
Mhm.
And you've got yourself a good set of all sizes. So that's what I'm using to do the stripes on his outfit right now. We're just filling this in. And there's a tracer. Did you see the tracer?
No, I completely forgot that you were live tonight.
Oh, okay.
You were
Well,
doing
there is a
the class.
tracer. So if you want to do it, it's right there. If you want to do this, it's really cool painting. And the tracer, basically all of this, you get it all, and then you just have to fill in and do the colors and add your own thing. This is the that's the original.
Oh, wow.
See?
That's gorgeous.
So, and you just do like we're doing our own colors when it comes to the clothing. I'm trying to follow as close to the original, but I made the outfit a different color, like the girl's outfit. I didn't make it red. So, Sue, I'm going to do his hair now too. I've decided I'm going to do
Okay.
that.
Now, how are you doing that hair?
Well, we're just going to do, it's mostly the, this color blue that I put on the shirt. But towards the back, it's a darker blue. So I have a little bit darker blue that I'm going to mix in with it to do the back part of his hair. It's just supposed to be like a shadow.
Okay.
Right. So it's two separate little colors, not much different in color. So the front of his hair, his little Elvis hair, is going to be this lighter blue. So Karen, you look like you did good on your auction for your doll clothes, baby clothes, I mean.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
I said it looked like you did pretty good with your little auction on your baby clothes.
I
You do
did.
okay?
I did. I had a great sale last night. And then I posted some more stuff today.
You're really good at that.
Thank you. Sometimes I just buy too much for myself and I have extra that,
But you're like a real auctioneer or something, the way you do it, and you got the little numbers. And
Yeah, I got my numbers.
Do you do that on
Sometimes-
Facebook or what?
Yeah, I do Facebook Lives.
Oh, cool.
And because I'm in that hobby with the reborn dolls.
Okay.
So I have a lot of baby clothes.
And you bought the baby clothes or you make the baby clothes?
Nope, I buy them. I shop a little bit too much some days
Okay.
because we're all in kind of like a community. We all buy from each other.
Oh,
I have so much here. Doll clothes, baby clothes. No, I seriously do, and I don't want them. I don't know if I should try to do that.
Yeah,
I have to clear things out.
I would definitely help you with that if you want.
Yeah. There's so much. I also want to sell some of my dolls. I have to, because if I decide that I'm gonna sell my house, I can't have all this stuff
Oh,
Mhm.
because I'm gonna go from a huge humongous house to an apartment. So if I decide to follow through with that,
you will have to downsize. Yep.
I have to. I've already been getting rid of stuff.
Oh,
Sue, I'm gonna make a blue line around the guitar also, since I've got blue on my brush.
ah,
I did his hair and I did see that the back part of his hair is a little bit darker. I'll
yeah,
lift it.
I'm doing a different color than you, but I'm sure that's fine.
Oh, yeah, whatever. But I'm going to outline the guitar with, the original has it outlined in blue, so I'm gonna do that.
Dark blue. There's blue.
And actually, the neck of the guitar is outlined too. So if you want to outline it with a color,
So I had outlined mine with the Sharpie. Did you or you didn't?
I
Maybe I-
did, but I kind of painted over it, so that's
Okay.
why I'm doing this.
Okay,
You can keep your Sharpie, you don't have to do this.
okay,
I'm just doing it because
all right.
I don't know why.
Because you're an artist, right?
Artiste, so are you.
Yeah. Okay. See.
I'm
I
not gonna
just,
just dabble.
I just do these things because I like to. What would I be doing otherwise? I'd be sitting here and,
Yeah, I spend way too much time just looking at Facebook and then now TikTok. It's like, oh my gosh.
oh, I know, I know. I know. So Karen, I've been working on the Resurrection Sunday service.
Yay!
You know how you asked if I would do a morning one too?
I did.
So I have a morning and a nighttime one.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Yeah, so I'm doing it for you.
Thank you. I feel so special.
Because I just thought, okay, if you want it, then maybe other people would want it. So that's what I'm doing.
Thank you.
So I'm gonna paint the red heart now too. I might as well get all of that done. The heart on the inside of the guitar.
Okay, I'm still working on my man's hair.
Yeah, go ahead. You're working on your man.
Yeah.
He reminds me of my brother-in-law. He's an Elvis impersonator.
Mm.
It's so funny on his Facebook page, like women from all over the world are like acting like he's really Elvis.
Oh, wow.
It's like they're in love with him, you know?
So if
Crazy.
he's an impersonator, is he a singer as well? He can sing?
Yeah,
Oh, great.
and then he has all the fancy outfits and
Oh,
yeah. And he got the chubby belly like Elvis got at the end.
oh.
He's trying to stay true to character.
Yeah. Well, he's the older Elvis now, so. Like, you're taking this a bit too far, guy. But he likes doing it. It's fun.
Red heart.
Yeah, before I got into Larry's life, Larry used to think he was really weird. He hardly even bothered with his brother. And I'm like, he's cool. What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
He's like, well, he's into this Elvis stuff. Yeah, I think that's cool. So I think the faces on my people are dry enough where I can now put those faces back on them. That makes sense. The faces are dry, so I can put the faces back on. The eyes, the nose, mouth. Now, these are, you have to take your time. If you want it to look with this unusual kind of a look, that's not something you're gonna rush through. So I'm turning it this way for a minute so I can see what I'm doing.
You're doing that with the Sharpie?
I'm gonna do it with a Sharpie to draw the lines, yeah, because otherwise I don't think it'll come out right. I'm not even 100%. I like the way I had it when I first started, but I painted over it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just gonna have to go with the flow. Hmm. How's your foot, Karen? Your toe?
It's a lot better. It
Good.
still hurts. When I bend it, when I, bend it too far, but it's a lot better.
Good.
I was able to get some laundry done yesterday. So
Yeah.
as long as I can put a shoe on it, I think I'm good to go.
No, I can relate to all of that stuff, believe me. For me, if it wasn't one toe, it was the other toe. First I had a ingrown toenail. Then I had what I guess was gout. Then I had the ingrown toenail again. Then I had gout again. It was like, stop it.
Mm-hmm.
My grandfather had gout at one point, and it's a nasty business, isn't it?
I don't
Sure
even
is.
know if it was gout that I had or if it was maybe what I've had in my fingers. Maybe it was arthritis. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Crazy. Crazy, crazy.
Do your fingers get stiff every once in a while?
Well, look at how crooked they are. You can't see. And they're not quite as swollen, but like right here, this one here is all like a mess right now. Ugh. Yeah, they were stiff. I couldn't move it, and
Wasn't your foot was all like puffy and
yeah.
yeah.
I'm telling you, this year has been hell for me
Wow.
between that and COVID and oh my God, there was just so much stuff.
Too much, yeah.
My feet and my fingers and COVID, and it's like, oh, go away from me. That's why when I hear people complain, I'm like, really?
Yeah, that's why I get off of Facebook sometimes. A lot of complaining going on.
Yeah. Oh, I like your lady's face. Did you just
Oh,
just
I'm
drew
just-
that in there yourself?
Just trying to put some blush here and there on their necks and different places. And it's just what's on my brush. I'm just kind of putting it in there. I'm not doing anything in specifically like getting certain colors. It's just what I had on my brush, and I'm using it for the blush part. See,
You're
that's
gonna
really, once you get to that point where you can be bold enough to do that,
Yeah.
then you know that you're, you're pretty much, I don't know what you want to call it, not that you're not an artist, but when you're not afraid, like what's the most that can happen? You'll have to just paint over it. That's all. What does that take? A few minutes. But I don't like her nose. That's too dark. So I'm gonna kind of go over that black line a little bit.
Are you gonna put the what's it, their flowers on it up on the side?
Yeah. I'm gonna do all that.
My mom
Yeah,
and
my
I were
birds.
laughing about
The
my
birds
flowers.
thought it was nighttime, Karen. So because the lights are off in here, and they thought it was nighttime, and they were all inside the teepee. There's a little teepee, and they all pile on top of each other. So I went in and put the light on. I go, it's not nighttime yet.
Mm.
Your birds,
Yeah. All of them.
how are they doing? They're just about as grown.
Yeah,
up
they're
to
about
be
as
adults.
big as the parents now. There's just one that's Coco, who was actually bigger, is now this one that he's the smallest.
My mom and I were laughing at my first flowers that I made. They look like, she said they look like parachutes. And I said they look like floating jellyfish.
That's funny. Yeah, I think you said that before about them looking like jellyfish. Well, you know what? They were original.
That's true.
Nobody had one like that but you. So you were original, and no one could tell you if they were wrong or right,
That's true.
right? Because it's yours. And it's nobody's business.
Mhm.
They're what they are because you created it. So I'm just filling in some spots. There was a little spot over here, Sue, where I painted it flesh color, but it should have been her dress. So I have to go back over there. Nobody has a they got a point like that on their shoulder, they're gonna be in trouble. So I'm just fixing that a little bit. And I'll wait for that to try and I'll outline it. Now I'm gonna do his face, which I don't want to do because I don't want to ruin it. Oh well, I'm not gonna ruin it.
Mhm.
I'm not ruining anything. Okay, so starts way up and it goes way down to about here. Okie dokie, here we go. It's like Dudley Do-Right with that straight chin there.
You have to be a certain age to even know who Dudley Do-Right
I
is. right?
know, I know.
I know who he is.
Okay. I give myself away sometimes, huh?
That's okay.
What was the girl's name in Dudley Do-Right? Do you remember?
No, I don't remember a girl. Who was it?
Remember he was always trying to save her?
Oh. I know he had a funny voice. No, do you know or do you remember?
I don't know. I was thinking of it like not Lil, but some kind of name like that.
Hmm.
I could look it up, but my phone's being utilized for
Just
this.
say I could look it up for you.
Yeah. Okay, so.
So the damsel in distress was Nell Fenwick.
Nell, see, did I say, what did I say? I said
I'm
Nell.
just- Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good.
No, I'm old. Oh, that's funny.
Isn't it amazing you can find out anything you want to know, though?
I know. What did we do without that? I mean, we
You
think
have to
about
look in
it.
a dictionary or encyclopedia.
Well, we always had an encyclopedia. That is one thing we had at our house, and
We did too, yeah. But this is easier.
much easier. So I'm putting the frets on the guitar. And I'm not doing the correct amount. I'm just putting them on there, and then I'm going to do them in different colors. Just put some colors on there. We still got to work on her hair. Oh, and the flowers. We got to do the flowers. Now you can put a necklace on her. You can do whatever you want, buttons, polka dots. Yeah. So where are you at, Sue? What are you doing right now?
I was adding frets like you did. I'm ready to do her hair, I guess.
Yeah, I think
yeah,
you should work on the hair. So I would suggest you turn it over upside down. And you're doing it, Karen, right?
Huh?
Are you doing it?
No,
Are you
I'm
painting?
just dabbling. I'm just doing my own kind of thing.
Oh, okay. That's okay. You're with us and that's what's important. So we want to put yellow, orange, maybe a drop of brown, a little bit of red, little bits. You don't need to fill up your whole paper there. Yellow, red, a little orange, a little bit of orange, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And then you're going to find a brush that you're comfortable with. And you're just going to start to do streaks, different widths of streaks of colors. So next to the brown, you'd want to do more of a darker kind of reddish orange. And that's a fairly decent size. I'm just mixing a little drop of orange in with the red. And it's a good size of stripe. You're starting over from the side of her head close to his head. And you're going to pull the red or orange, whatever color you're using, down on her face a little bit into the brown. And then let's just something like that idea. And now we're going to make a little thicker stripe. We're going to do that same thing coming from that side. And you want it to look like it's sweeping up a bit. And then your next color, you're going to bring in more of a orangey. You can actually put a touch of brown. So you're going to lighten it up a little bit, but you're going to have a touch of brown on top of it. So let's put some orange there first. And then I'm gonna put a little bit of brown going through it, blending it into the orange. Imagine if our hair looked like that. Wow, that'd be kind of freaky. Now we want like a yellowy orange coming next. So you're gonna take your orange and stick some yellow in it. I need some more yellow because I'm running out. Whoa, now that's too much yellow. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Gush, gush, gush. Uh, and you can make it a little thick so some of it is standing out. Like when it dries, it looks like streaks.
Mhm.
If you have some thicker paint, you can do that. And it gets really, really blondie color in the 3/4 of the way through here. And then you're going to end it up with some orangey color again at the end. Well, that's some wild hair.
There is. Almost looks like flames, son. Yeah, yours too. Mine looks like flames too. Yeah.
You guys, I don't think you ever saw the painting I did for Rabbi Darrell and his wife. It's supposed to be the burning bush,
Oh,
you
no.
know, and all you see is this. I made the bush like this, like really raised up, and all different orange and yellows and all kinds of colors. And it's a tree, but the whole top of it looks like it's burning up. And then I put some gold sparkle on it, so it really looks like it was burning.
Nice.
And then there's a like desert in the background and just a pair of sandals. And he wanted it to go by his front door because I wrote on it, remove your shoes, this is holy ground. Because he says nobody ever takes their shoes off when they come into his house. And him and his wife like when you take your shoes off. So I made it for him. It looks pretty cool, actually.
I like that.
Yeah.
So was it paint that you used that was the gold or?
No, it was just sparkly stuff.
Okay.
I think it was sparkly glue actually, but I do have some sparkle that I use sometimes, and it's, I'll put like a spray adhesive on it
Mm-hmm.
and then put the sparkle on it. Okay, so now I gotta turn this over and see if that's the way I want it, because it's upside down and I don't know for sure.
Hmm.
Watch, I'll look at it like, no, that's not what I wanted. No, it's okay. It's good. It's good, good, good. So now I have to put some more squiggly squagglies here. That's artist talk, girls. Squiggly squaggly.
Squigglies, squagglies.
You know what I'm talking about, right? As long as you guys know what I'm talking about, then we're good. Well, this is really different. I'm just putting some other colors in with the brown, just so it's not like just a dark brown. I've got some yellow and a little bit of orange mixed in with it. Those birds are really good though. Like once it's nighttime, once they know that the lights they turned out, you don't hear them at all.
Now, is that in your bedroom or is that,
They're in
Are
the
you-
sunroom right now, which is part of my bedroom.
okay,
They were in the dining room, the two cages, like the dinette. But then when I had people over for supper, I moved them because I thought, well, people aren't going to want to eat supper and hear all that chirping going on. So I moved them and I haven't brought them back out there yet. We like them out there because they're entertainment.
yeah. But like, so in your bedroom, do they wake you at night or in the morning?
No,
or
no, I cover them up. The cages are covered, the two cages. And just like you weren't hearing them before until I went in and turned the light on.
No matter how long you would leave them like that?
Well, they know it's nighttime, so they don't bother.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
Good little babies.
I know.
How long have you had them for?
I got the lovebirds, the two lovebirds, like when I had COVID, it was really weird. I didn't know if it was God or if I was delusional or what it was, but I was like hearing like, you need to get lovebirds, you need to get lovebirds. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm losing it. So when I started getting better, I told Larry, I think I'm supposed to get lovebirds. And he's like, he's like, whatever. He just goes along with me, right? So I got, oh, by the way, where his ear is, I'm just doing a little bit of darker pink in there just to make the ear stand out a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
See right there, I just put a little bit of darker pink.
Yeah.
And you want to put some shadow on his neck, shadow on his face. And then we still got to do the flowers. And then a little bit of colors on your guitar if you want, whatever you want to put on your guitar. But I think the colors, I'm going to put some green on my tray now for the flowers, for the leaves. And I'm actually going to put a leaf green, and then I'm going to put a little bit lighter shade of green that I've got. So I'm going to have 2 shades of green to make these leaves. And I know some people want to sit there and draw all these perfectly little leaves. I'm not doing that. You guys know me, I don't do that.
Mhm.
I'm just going to take my brush and I'm going to pounce some green on there to make some leaves. And you're going to do the leaves first. So all the background of leaves, they're going to start up in the left-hand corner and they're going to come down, hanging down. I'm going to start with the darker color and I'm just going to pounce a whole bunch of green there. Then I'm going to put some light green and then I'm going to put some flowers, red flowers and pink flowers. So I'm just going up into the corner here with a dark green. And I'm just going to start to push my brush down and make like looking like leaves. If you just get a smaller brush and just press hard with the tip, it'll look like a bunch of leaves coming down. And then I'm going to put some lighter green in there also. And we've got a few leaves that come down in here on the other side of the guitar. So all I'm doing is pushing in green, little dark green with the tip of my brush. And then I'm going to take the lighter green. I'm not wiping off my brush. And I'm going to put some lighter green leaves kind of on top of and around those ones that I just put in there. And the thing is that whoever's looking at it's going to get the hint. If you want to take time and draw a bunch of leaves, be my guest. Not my style, but
Mhm.
some of you it is, and that's okay. We all have different styles. And you know, we can all do the same painting and it's never going to look the same.
Right.
Now the guitar looks like it has a little green on it for some reason. I don't know why, but I'm going to put a little bit in there. And the guitar also has a teeny bit of blues in there. So what you're doing, you're kind of giving it some shading. And then where your frets are, you want to put a little bit of green, a little bit of blue in there too. Well, you don't have to. I'm putting some colors like around their neck, a little bit of pink. Well, that doesn't look like pink. What the heck's wrong with me?
Mm.
A little bit of green around there.
It's funny you said pink because I'm using pink right now.
I must have been reading your mind because definitely this is not pink.
Mhm.
It's definitely green, and why I said pink, I don't know. I'm just waiting for that to dry just a little bit up there, and then I'm going to throw in some pink flowers. So now I need some pink colors. Now, because I did this on my canvas sketch pad, if I really like it, I'm going to have to frame it. Because otherwise, what will I do with it? Give it to somebody, I suppose, and they can frame it. Now I want to do some sort of flowers here. Oops. Broke my brush. Pulled too hard on it when I was drying it. So I'm going to use a few shades. I'm going to use some pink, maybe a little bit of violet, and some red in here for some flowers. I want the flowers to be a little bit bigger than the leaves in some areas. probably use the different colors on your tray. If you've got some reds and for your flowers. So I just put a necklace on her just because. You know, once we've gotten the main thing done, that's where you can just add your little stuff to it. Trying to think of what else. That's about it, except for. I don't know how this is going to dry at the top, this hair. Hopefully it's going to dry the way I did it with the raised streaks. So where are you at now, Sue?
I'm playing with flowers pretty well. I don't like that though. I don't like my flowers up in the corner, but whatever. Let's see yours.
Well, if you seriously don't like it, you can wait till it dries and just make it blue again,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
This painting is very bold, it's very bright,
mhm,
and it's a busy painting. So, you know, to you, maybe that those flowers took away from it. And if it has, just let it dry. Go back in with that same blue that you had, that light powder blue that you used, and just paint over it.
yeah, maybe I'll do that.
If
Because then
you
even
feel,
if I wanted, I could maybe take her hair over that way if I think it's too empty.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, so from yours, looking at yours looks, from what I see, it looks like muted, diffused flowers. I've got, I don't know what I tried to do. I don't like it, but I'll probably do that. I'll probably wait and, yeah, I like yours, but, well, see, your hair does come way over. Maybe I'll take my hair over there a little bit.
yeah,
That's what
it's
I'll,
supposed to be really wild. The hair is
Mhm.
supposed to be very, very just, you know,
So-
it almost looks like she's laying
wow.
down, and it's, oh, beautiful.
So I'm gonna take all that out here though, but yeah, so then I'll take her hair over more this way. I'll let that
Okay.
dry and then it'll be good. Yeah, it's neat.
That's really pretty. You did
Faces
the
are so
faces
cute.
really well. Can I see it again?
Yeah, but that's only because I had that tracer. I email your tracer to me and I enlarge it on an Excel
Okay.
spreadsheet. And then I trace it using graphite paper, so.
Yeah. Well, I think that maybe you're right about those flowers.
Yeah,
Either take the flowers out or make
Yeah.
them bigger.
I'm gonna take them out and I'm gonna make her hair come over that way a little more.
Yeah, because
And
I think they're too small for
Yeah.
for the way you want that painting to look. So either get them out totally or
I'm gonna do that, yeah.
make them bigger. All right, are we
All
done?
right. I think
How about
so.
you, Karen? Can you
I'm
show us
just-
what you're working on?
No.
No?
Oh, why not?
I've just done a couple of flowers, that's it.
Okay,
Are you
it's all
finger
right.
painting?
It looks
What
like
are you doing?
starfish.
Oh,
It looked like starfish.
Well, they're pretty.
well, they are, yeah.
And did you do that background like that?
Yeah.
That's nice. It's okay. You came in like really late, so
Yeah.
it's, you didn't get the notice, and you're just having fun and you're having company, right?
Yeah, I'm just
Nice.
chilling with my ladies.
Yeah, you got good company here, the two of us. Oh, yeah.
Like your
So-
TikToks.
I know. Oh, my goodness. I get carried away with that, but you know what? It's fun.
All in
You see
fun.
that? I do those I did silly questions on there today. Like, why is it called a building if it's already built? Like stupid questions, right? Can somebody tell me why it's called a building if it's already built? Oh, my goodness.
I didn't
Well,
see
it's
that one. I'll have to go look.
Sometimes I'm like laying in bed and I come up with these crazy things, and I'll say to Larry, "Oh, I'm going to go put that on. I'm going to ask that question on Facebook." And he just goes to sleep. And I'll go, "One last question before I go to bed." I have fun with it. Hey, listen, if I didn't have the stuff that we do, like the paint parties and all that stuff, I would have gone nuts during these last 2 years.
Oh, I know. Yeah, it was definitely a lifesaver. It really was.
I would have lost it for sure. So, okay, guys, I'm going to let everybody go.
Thank you so much, Debbie. I'll transfer you money later, okay?
Okay, honey, and don't forget to do the signature and send me a picture of it when you're done, okay?
I will. Thank you.
Okay, see you.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye,
Bye.
Karen. See you later, honey.
Okay,
Will I
Love ya.
see you tomorrow?
definitely.
Yeah, okay. That's always interesting, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah. Okay, honey. I'll see you
Okay.
later, okay?
All right.
God bless you.
Bye.
Bye.